Good afternoon everyone, it is a beautiful day in the Waikato here today, as you can see behind me, which means we've had some good wilting time on this silage, so it's looking really good now, ready to be baled. Hopefully the baler is going to turn up this afternoon at some point. I'm not sure when. It's about 2:15 at the moment, so surely within the next couple of hours he should be here. These were the paddocks I started mowing in, and they were a bit lighter than the rest, or they were the lighter ones anyway, but yeah, it's wilted down real good. You can hear that crispiness of it, but then it's still a little bit green and moist underneath, which is what I want. I don't want it to dry down too much, but it's yeah, a bit of a challenge when you have different sort of crops, like a heavy crop and then a lighter crop like this. This is going to dry down more than those heavy ones are. But we're going to have a look. Those other two paddocks, the heaviest ones I did last, are straight through there. I was a little bit concerned that I might have had to tether them because they weren't going to dry down enough. This was the paddock I cut last, and I was, yeah, just a little bit concerned I wasn't going to be able to get it dry. It was going to be too wet to bale, but that sun has certainly worked its magic. So quite wet underneath, but all in all, not too bad. I'm not going to worry about tethering it. They can just rake it and bale it. I think it should be fine. All the other ones will be alright. It was just these two that I was just a little bit worried about. But no, apart from that, just wait till the baler turns up. Well, the rake and baler have just showed up. It's probably close to 7 now, so a little bit later than I thought, but it doesn't really matter. Nice big rows, bigger than I thought they were going to be in these paddocks. And there is a bit of moisture in there, so it's pretty dry, but yeah, it's not too bad. Beautiful evening though, check that out. And now for the fun part. How many bales do you reckon we're going to get? My guessing's usually pretty wrong, but I'm estimating we're going to get 91 of these today. We've got, I think it's about 6 hectares down, so I won't know till later on, but have a guess yourself and see if you can get closer than I can. Just made a start on the third paddock, and this is the last one up here. Then we've got to go down the road to get to the other two. A little bit of a mucking around, but it's not too bad. But this is getting heavier, or the crops are getting heavier. Quite big rows actually. Looks heavy, eh? And if we look down here, you can already see these green shoots starting to come up. Well, that is the regrowth. So that is about a day and a half, and it's already grown again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you too many drone shots tonight. It's just getting a little bit dark, and the light's just a little bit hard to work with at the moment. So I think these boys are going to be finishing up in the dark. But I'll try and get as much as I can for you. It's really good having the feed pad roof, but the only problem is you can't get tractors and stuff through or under there, these big tractors, so you got to bring them around, which is a little bit of a pain, but just takes a little bit longer. It's no biggie, I suppose. Supposed to be that blood moon tonight. We can see, I think it's like 93% of it, or something along those lines. Something special about it. But the light is fading fast. Yep, out to the road, and then go up the road, and then just where that gate's open, turn left. But if you've seen a few videos ago when we baled the annual, it was Sam and Matthew that did that, and Matthew was new to the job, new to New Zealand. Yeah. He's from South Africa, and how are you enjoying it so far?
Very, I'm loving it. Getting into the swing of things, guys, my job. Every day is different, every day is something new, always learning, and yeah.
Are you going to go back to South Africa when you're finished, or?
No, actually living here permanently.
Oh yeah, moved over here for good.
Moved over here for good.
Oh, sweet.
Hopefully with this COVID, be able to go visit home and the family.
Exactly,
and everything, so yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, good to hear, eh? That's really cool, it's so awesome. I think I can speak for pretty much every New Zealander out there, but we love it when people come over here, they enjoy their time here, and like he said, he is he's here for good now, so yeah, just thrilled for him, really. It was a solar eclipse that was happening last night, not a full moon. But those fellas finished up baling in here at about, I think it was about 11 o'clock last night. Wouldn't have been far off it. I left them to it. Once they'd done that paddock, I could set gates up for the cows in the morning, and they just finished off in here. But now it is time to count the bales, because I don't know how many there is. I never caught up with them again to find out. So there is quite a few down here though. I was expecting there to be a few, but looks good. 10, 12, 14, 16 in here, 20, 22, 3, 24. That's a pretty good haul out of these two paddocks though, 40 bales in total. Pretty happy with that. 14, 16, 17, bringing the total to 57. You know, I reckon I want to be pretty close to that 91 bale mark, I reckon. I haven't decided where I'm going to stack all the bales yet, but I'm definitely going to put the ones in these three paddocks that I've counted. They'll go here because this is the sort of closest place to put them, next to those bales. And Dad's away on holiday at the moment. That's his first weekend off since we've started calving, so good for him. He gets a nice break. But we will have to cart most of the bales with the trailer and tractor, whereas this paddock I can just tick away with by myself and just cart them one by one to the stack just there, because it's nice and handy. There's 15 in there, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 in here, which makes it 29 in these two paddocks plus 57, it's 86 I think. So all I need now is another 5 to be pretty much bang on, which is one paddock to go. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That brings the total to 95, which is pretty good, pretty happy with that. I was only 4 bales off, which was pretty close. You guys had to guess yourselves, did you get closer than I did? But I think I am going to, I don't know, I need to put these bales somewhere or cart them. These ones and the last two paddocks, I'm not sure Last year I stacked them over where those other ones were, but it's just we don't have power there, so it's just a little bit annoying having to fence it and bring portable units. So I need to have a think about that and decide where we're going to put them. We'll get a few days until Dad gets back to start doing that. But it is going to take us a while, I guess. I think we can get 5 bales on the trailer, so that is about 20 trips. A new trailer or a newer trailer is definitely on my wish list. But I've got about 25 bales of silage here from last year, plus the 15 bales annual that we did about a month ago, so that 95 and the 15 would be 110, plus this 25 is about 135. And if I use 2 bales of silage a day, that's for each herd, that is 60, so 120 would get me 2 months worth. And I'm just over that. So yeah, we're just really feed banking all this for the summer. We don't know what the summer's going to bring. It could be a really dry one, it could be wet, and we could be getting another cut of silage off or shutting up more paddocks soon. We don't really know what it's going to bring, so we're just planning for the worst case scenario. And if I don't use it, it can just sit there like this stuff has, because we can also get in a little bit of a pinch from calving up until sort of October, when we also feed out as well. Just another beautiful evening. The tank has just been, so I came up to wash the vat so I don't have to do it in the morning, save a little bit of time. But I did have a question the other day. Someone messaged me and says, why don't you buy your own gear to do a lot of this work, or why do you always get the contractor in to do it? There's a couple of reasons. The first being is that it is easier and he's got the manpower to do it, whereas when we want to get some of this stuff done, we are also busy, so to find the time to do it is just a little bit hard sometimes. Probably the biggest reason is that price. So we can't really justify spending all that money to do little jobs. Like, we don't do many bales, we don't do that much cropping. I think I could justify getting a drill because we could do our own direct drilling with our crops, also say undersowing with grass. But apart from that, like those precision maize planters and stuff, they'd be over 100 grand, and we can't really justify spending that much money. Plus, if something like that breaks down, it's pretty expensive, so we'd have to pay for it, whereas the contractor, they pay for it, which yeah, is pretty ideal, I guess. Also, where the windows down here are quite big, it's not always raining. Like, we do get instances where we do have to get what everybody wants their silages in, I guess, and the contractors are run off their feet. But generally speaking, all this cropping and stuff we're doing at the moment, this making the supplement, is for our cows through the summer, because they are, well, we're not milking them through the winter and they're only getting grass, whereas you guys in the northern hemisphere, when they come inside, they are getting silage. So I guess all your cropping is done mainly for your winter months, so there are some pretty big differences there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome, and apart from that, I'll see you next time.